and welcome to getting near the end of the semester. Now, how we end the semester for social issues is we are going to do a final research paper. You guys have done a lot of work throughout this semester in really diving deep into the 5 topics: empathy and bias, religion and belief systems, race and ethnicity, poverty and wealth, and finally ending with gender inequality, which we just finished up that unit for. So how we are going to end out this unit, again, is by this research paper, where you are going to kind of look at an overview of 2 of these topics. What you're going to do as a final kind of assessment for the course is you're going to write a 4 to 6 page final paper. And this is going to showcase the knowledge that you've learned throughout the semester. So you're going to show your content knowledge from lectures, doing some research of your own, and then kind of comparing 2 units to each other. So just a brief overview, and you guys are going to get a copy of this as well. What you're going to be doing is choosing 2 of the unit big topics from this semester. Okay, so you could choose empathy and bias versus race and ethnicity. You could choose poverty and gender, whatever 2 topics you thought were really interesting or you think work really well hand in hand when kind of comparing or analyzing the 2. You're going to choose 2 of those topics. Now, we've already learned about all of them, so you should already have some of that background information and overview of the information of the history, the politics, where is the issue at today. Now, here's how this is going to work. We're going to come back to really breaking down what the paragraphs look like, because I am also going to be giving you kind of this paper research calendar where everything is broken down day by day. Okay, so not only on a calendar view, but also then on a daily timeline where you can see, and again, you're going to get this whole thing. What do I need to be doing every day over the course of the next 3 school weeks, right? Remember, our semester is going to end on that January 15th day here. So we've got a little less than 3 full weeks left of this course. So the rest of this course is going to be spent on researching, writing, analyzing the topics that you choose specifically. I'm not choosing them for you, but you get to pick from that list of the 5 topics we had for this unit. So each day, you will have a task, and again, you can see kind of the overview on this calendar, the weekly kind of breakdown, or the daily breakdown. Now, while you are getting this document of everything, you are going to be submitting multiple different things to me throughout the course of your research on Google Classroom. We will have different pieces as checks that you're going to submit to me, so that way I can see, is this person on track? Do I need to step in and kind of help this person because they're struggling? And you're going to see anything that needs to be turned in, bolded, on the daily breakdown. Okay, so already day 1, which is today, you're going to be submitting an assignment to me. Okay, that bolded piece. Okay, so if you scroll down, you'll see, what am I submitting for this day? What am I clicking on? Kind of overview, things like this. I'm also sending this out to parents, so that way, if you're struggling, you can go to mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, and say, hey, here's what I'm working on for today. They can ask you questions or help you out, again, if you need it, and for some reason, I'm not available to help answer those questions. Okay, so take a look at this document. Let me know if you have any questions of some of the big overview, overreaching questions, but just know every day on Google Classroom, I am going to be posting the specific assignment for that day. So when you get into Google Classroom for today, you're going to see the research paper introduction, which is this video, the overview, as well as the MLA statement of intent. Okay? So that's kind of your brief overview of what's going on here. Now, let's go back to that overview of what is actually going on in this essay. Throughout your essay, you are going to be kind of introducing the topics, right? We have our introduction paragraph. But then you're going to tell me what's the history of one of the topics, where's the issue at today. Again, since this is a research paper, you're going to find a quote and data in order to back up either the statements you're providing or information. Obviously, we have 2 topics, so you're going to do the same thing twice, only for the different topics. And then you're going to compare these two, right? This is a comparative analysis research paper. You're going to tell me, how are the 2 topics interrelated? Do they affect each other? Do they hurt each other? Okay, so take, for example, if we're talking about race and poverty. Does race play a role in someone being poor? Is someone poor related to their race? Vice versa, all of the above. Okay, so you're going to break down, how does my topic hurt or help the other? Vice versa. And then how are we seeing some of those effects of the 2 today? Okay, don't worry if everything's going over your head right now. We're going to get really detailed as time goes on. Okay, and then obviously a conclusion, you're reintroducing the importance of each topic and the bigger idea, summarizing any information and closing that loop. So in total, we're looking at a 5-paragraph essay. Again, it is going to be 4 to 6 pages. You're going to be doing some research for me where you're looking up articles, data, okay, gathering some of those questions. But again, we've got 3 weeks going on here that we're doing this. So just roughly kind of going over, again, this first week, so starting with today, we are purely just researching our topics. Okay, so today, you're going to decide first, what 2 topics are you even interested in? We'll get into a little bit of a thesis, that way we know what direction our essay is going in before we get into research. And then we're going to do 2 heavy days of research this week. I've got guided forms to help you guys through everything. Again, that will come out on the day of. So week 1, all about the research. Week 2, that's really where we start writing out our essay. Week 3, which is the last week of our semester, that's where we're putting it all together, rechecking. I'm going to give you guys some feedback myself, and then you're going to submit it on that last day of the semester. Okay? So, here's what is going on for today. Okay, so hopefully you've stuck with me so far. You're going to look back on all of the units that we've covered so far. I would literally like you to go back into your Google Classroom and go through all of the different weekly topics. Look at your past assessments. Look at past lectures, any activities that we did. And I want you to decide on 2 unit topics that we've covered. Okay, these could be your favorite ones, whichever ones you think would go well together when trying to do that comparative analysis. You get to choose the 2 units you want to cover. Okay, so what you're going to do, once you've gone back into your Google Classroom, kind of refreshed yourself on what we've talked about through the last couple of months, you're going to choose those 2 topics, and then you're going to tell me which topics you're going to do. Okay, this is by use of what's called a MLA statement of intent. Okay, so if you've never done one of these before, that's completely okay. But this is essentially a short essay to say, here's what I'm interested in, here's why I'm interested. Okay, so this document is structured in the format of MLA, which is the format that you're going to write your essay in. You're familiarizing yourselves with the format for the essay. You're going to explain which two topics you're going to research. Okay, so you're going to have to do just a little bit of background, right? Going back to the past Google Classroom assignments, maybe going out onto Google and kind of refreshing yourself on what is even out there for this topic. Right? But again, just getting to know, what am I looking at, in order to provide some background on what is even going on in this letter. Right? I don't want you to just write down, I want to research this because it's interesting. That doesn't tell me anything, right? So I want to know, why do you want to research racism? Why do you want to research poverty and wealth? Okay? Be specific with me. And you're going to submit that document for today on Google Classroom. And this is my first progress check with you guys. This is us getting to start the process at all of what 2 topics are we interested in looking at for this final capstone project. So let's take a look at that MLA Statement of Intent. What does that document even look like? Again, it is set up in MLA format. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to just delete my information here, right? You're going to write Susie Jane, right? Delete my information, but input what you need to. Okay, so you're going to put Mrs. Herman, or if you want to, you can call me Hager. It's my new name. It's totally up to you guys. I'm fine with either. Social issues, you're going to tell me the date. Okay, so make sure that all of this stuff in the top left-hand corner is still correct. Make sure you are not submitting any assignment that still has my personal information on it. Please don't do that. Okay, so then down below, we kind of have a basic outline of what I'm looking for. Okay, so what I have written down is a sample. And anywhere that you see words bolded, you're just going to go ahead and delete those and put in your own information. So again, kind of looking at basic structure of MLA Statement of Intent. The 2 topics I would be interested in researching and providing a cross-analysis of would include racism and wealth. Bam, right away, first sentence, I know exactly what 2 topics, what 2 units you are going to be analyzing over the course of the next 3 weeks. Okay? The social issue I am most interested in researching would be the topic of racism and its role in American history and politics. Okay, so you're telling me one of the first topics that you are interested in looking at. Again, we don't want to just say, I want to look at this because it's interesting. Right? You need to tell me more. I am in favor of researching this topic because it has impacted a great number of citizens, as well as continues to be a movement across the country today. And then you're going to use some of the information maybe from our past unit when we talked about it before. Maybe go pull from your assessments where you've already typed out a lot of information, right? You can use your own information. Throw in some of the basic background information about that first topic, okay? Tell me a little bit. Show me that you've gone a little bit more above and beyond than just, I want to talk about these 2 and done, okay? I want to know. I want to talk about these 2 because I recognize this and I recognize this. Okay, so again, you're just going to be deleting anything that you see in bold and typing in your own thoughts and opinions there. I am also interested in researching the topic of, insert your second topic, because, and then same thing, give me some background information. What is this topic even covering? What is the information that you currently already know about, right? Again, go back to those assessments where you've already done a lot of the background work on this MLA Statement of Intent. Okay, so again, anything you see that is bolded or in these brackets here, delete it, put in your own interests, put in your own opinions, basic background information, things like that. Add in the topics of your choice, add in your basic background information, and make it your own. So this is what you are submitting for me today. Okay? So just to cover again real quick, because I know I've talked really fast and gone over a lot of different information. Over the next 3 weeks, we are doing a research paper. You are going to choose 2 of your favorite topics from this semester. You're going to research them. And then you're going to write about the history background of both of them separately, and then how they interact with each other. And then that final week of our semester, we're just kind of doing that peer editing, putting all together the work that you've already done during the previous weeks. Okay? So, if you guys have any questions, please hop on to the Google Meet that is going to be at 11 a.m. either on Tuesday and Thursday, and I would be happy to answer any of those questions there. If you are unable to come to our Google Meet, please send me an email Again, I'm happy to go over these kind of things. I'm happy to set up a Google Meet with you individually so that way we can kind of talk face to face. Hopefully, it makes a little bit more sense. I hope to hear from you guys soon. And good luck. I know that all of you are going to do great things, and I can't wait to see everything that you've learned so far this semester and start to see you guys really taking stances on some of these hard topics that we've talked about. You are all going to do great.